Welcome to day two of the Mount Mendota climbing competition, where we have the open division, who just finished their top rope, their 1 hour top rope, and their 1 hour of bouldering. We will be starting out with the rec division. The three climbers qualified for the rec division are Henry K, Selena W, and Brian B. And I think they're just getting ready to picking out their starter songs right now. And yeah, it should be a really fun climb for all three of them.
Oh, sorry. Super fun competition today. Everyone put their minds and bodies completely out there. It was really grinding day, but in the end, everyone did amazingly. And there were some people bumped up in divisions as well, so a lot of people performed better than they thought they would, which is super exciting as well.
A lot of crushers today. We even had some people top the hardest bouldering routes, and multiple of them, in fact. So it was really cool to see the hard work put in by our climbers during this event. A few people already left before the final round. So, correction, we have two new rec category finalists. that will be competing today.
we are finally underway in the first division of our open category. This is the recreational division that's competing right now. So this is our first contestant that will be climbing the pink route.
Starting off with the rec category, I'm curious. It's looking like the first climber is starting the same way as the rec climber started yesterday. Quick at the start of the climb, and let's see if he slows down towards the middle and end as well.
Yeah, it looks like he's a little bit confused on the beta. He appears to be reaching his hands for a lot of holds that are meant to be feet. He's not fully committing to those moves before he's sure of the intention of the hold.
And right now he's coming up to that 50% point of the climb where it does start to increase dramatically in difficulty, so we'll see how he does. Glasses actually fell off, causing him to fall, unfortunately.
Yeah, it looks like he struggled on that hand match from the undercling into that jug. That was a really strong climb, though, for our first finalist.
Up next is a pretty frequent regular here, Selena. Like I said previously, she's in she's at Mount Mendota pretty much every day, and so it's really cool to see how much better she's gotten over her time here.
Yeah, she started coming as a senior in high school when she was enrolled in classes there. So we as a staff have known her for a while, and a lot of us have become pretty close with her. So it's great to see her progression all the way to the finals of the recreational division today. And she chose Fireflies by Owl City for her walkout song. Hopefully she will fly up the wall as quickly as those fireflies.
And this actually looks to be the case. She is truly flying up that wall right now.
She just made it to the part of the route where our last finalist fell. So any further progress that she makes on this route will put her in the lead for this final. Strong match, and she is in the lead.
Now moving on to the section that was difficult yesterday with this jug into a tough undercling.
Big reach there for her. Let's see if she can find a foot to help her. Strong move from Selena, and she is nearly at the top.
One more move and puts her in competitive contention for first place.
And
that's
she's done it! Great job to Selena, who is the first person to flash a finals route today.
Really awesome to see her climb that rope with such ease.
Super, super exciting. So we're coming on to our last finalist in the recreational category. And for Rahaditya to stay competitive in this final, he'll need to also flash this route in a faster time than Selena has done. Rahaditya appears to be taking a little bit slower of a start compared to the first two contestants, pacing himself a little bit more.
And like Yulia said, if he does want to compete with Selena's score, he is going to have to pick up the pace a little bit.
He appears to be struggling to reach the next hold.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if he doesn't see that right foot close to his knee, but I think that'll have to be his next step. Oh, and there he goes right now. It just can't hold on, unfortunately.
So that's it for the recreational division of our category. Congratulations to all the contestants in the recreational category, with the winner being Selena.
Small transition period while we wait for the intermediate division to pick out their walkout songs and getting ready. In the meantime, a dinosaur fun fact is that when the Great Pyramid of Giza was built in Egypt, there were still woolly mammoths alive in Siberia.
Fascinating.
Just something pretty cool, since mammoths are associated with the Ice Age, and that ended only 10,000 years ago.
10,000 years ago. Wow.
A double dino fun fact.
Double the fun. Perfect, thank you.
We are now having one of our UREC photographers, Jaden, climbing up onto our bouldering wall and getting closer to the action from atop the wall itself. So you'll see him ascending on the left of your screen.
And if you have ever been to Mount Mendota, you know that this is a big no-no, as it is our biggest rule to never top out on the bouldering wall. However, we have made this one great exception for our cameraman.
And just for those just joining in, how the finals route kind of works is we'll have 3 separate climbers who were the top contestants in their category, who need to climb the wall as high as they possibly can and as fast as they are able, and whoever reaches a higher spot on the wall wins. That's the main rule. If it is a tie and most people fall at the same part, or most people finish the route, then it is based on time. So that's why speed is a slight but important factor. Playing carnival music for his opening. An interesting choice, but I'm sure he will do amazing.
Carnival music, much like the tricks they play at the carnival. Hopefully he can trick his way up the wall.
I do not support my co-host. She is just here.
Anyways, the intermediate route for finals is going to be this red route that you see in front of you. And our first finalist is Linus.
Interesting start, but great save. It's really tough to hold once you barn door to that extent, so amazing save.
Yeah, that would have been very disappointing if he had fallen off the top or fallen off on that second hold. Thankfully, he was able to hold on, and they have increased the music, the volume on this circus music.
Linus getting towards the middle 50%. We'll see how he does on this big pinch move.
Yes, this was around the area where our finalist yesterday fell, so I'll be interested to see his strategy for getting up this. Super difficult pinch right here.
Too easy indeed.
Great job. That looked to be a big crux move. He is nearly there. And there's a two-hand match.
An extremely strong start by Linus. So impressive. What a move to get to that final hole.
This is going to put massive pressure on the next 2 finalists who follow him, as they'll have to flash the same route in a faster time than he just did. I think we can attribute that win to the music he chose.
The carnival music really did trick me into believing that he wasn't going to do very well, but he kind of crushed, and that was really amazing to see. Peter up next. We'll see how he does with that pressure from Linus's previous climb.
Yeah, he'll have to overcome the barrier of a much more mediocre song that he chose for his walkout music. Looking to be a strong start, did not have difficulty with that first move that Linus appeared to, but he
And
does
ends
fall
up
early.
falling on that big move to the pinch. That was really tough to see as his fingers were just barely on the edge of that hole. So very, very close from Peter.
And in case anyone was wondering, it appears snow has started to fall in Madison, Wisconsin. Very pertinent to this indoor gym. And here comes our last finalist for the intermediate division, Nathan. Nathan, probably.
Gonna sneak in a really quick dinosaur fun fact. To put in perspective, the T-Rex and Triceratops lived closer to us in time than did the Stegosaurus.
Absolutely riveting. Thank you for that, Michael.
We'll see if there's any big dynamic moves on this next climb.
Like a pterodactyl, he might have to fly up this wall in order to be the winner for this division. Looking a little shaky at the start right now, but gaining control as he makes it up the move that the last finalist fell on.
Absolutely flying up the wall. He'll definitely have a competitive advantage.
Ooh.
Great save.
Slips but regains control, and he is almost there.
Another top out. It'll be a extremely competitive time for those two to see who climbed the route faster.
Yeah, great flash there. I don't have the numbers, but I do think he did flash the route in a faster time. Congratulations to Nathan, probably, on winning the intermediate division. And to all the other intermediate contestants who put in their heart and soul to this competition today.
And finally, on to the advanced division. I just saw the three walk off, picking their walkout songs. This group of three come in extremely consistently, climbing the hardest routes at the wall. So I'm really excited to see them on this finals route for an advanced category. A lot of us on all of the finals routes put a lot of time and effort in, and so seeing the first two finals routes being topped out really makes me want to witness the advanced route being topped out as well.
Yeah, all the route setters put in a ton of work this week, not just on the finals routes, but on all of them. Especially this advanced final was set by a couple very diligent route setters who wanted to make this even harder than it already is. But we will see how far the contestants make it on this route, and if they do flash it, see how long it takes them.
And to put difficulty in perspective, the advanced climbing category in general starts out at around a difficulty called 5.11, and this route starts at 5.11 and goes all the way up to a 5.13A. And so extremely tough moves, small holds, and a lot of dynamic climbing will have to be done in order to top out this finals advanced route. Unlike in the Jurassic Park movies, T-Rex had excellent eyesight. I'm so glad you asked.
Thank you for that dinosaur fun fact. Michael,
Of course, Yulia.
maybe they too could have competed in this final if they saw the route so well from the ground.
In addition, I'm sure there will be a ton more dinosaur fun facts as long as these contenders get above 50% of this route, because there is a big dynamic move in the middle of the route. Ying Shun climbing first.
He is also a regular here at the climbing wall and is beloved by many. He is very, very sweet and is a very, very good climber. His favorite hobby being coming in, making extremely short work of every single thing we have set on the wall. Thank you, Yingshun. He appears to have chosen as his walkout song something from C-pop, Chinese pop. Hopefully he can pop his way up the wall as fast as possible.
Making easy work at the start of this climb. Big move coming up. Oh, very, very close from Yingshun.
That appeared to be a dynamic move, however, Michael.
It did, in fact, and I'm so glad you asked, because another dinosaur fun fact is that most of your favorite dinosaurs didn't actually live at the same time and were instead spread out across 200 million years across the entire globe.
Absolutely fascinating. Does that mean Dinosaur Train was not the realistic childhood cartoon that I was looking for?
I don't think it was, Yulia. I don't think it was.
Next up, for our next advanced finalist is Riley.
It was really cool to see Riley climb during the pre-rounds as he flashed the second hardest climb, and then after a few attempts also climbed the first hardest boulder and as previously noted, the second hardest boulder as well. So really, really strong climber, really great at big moves, and I'm really curious to see how he's going to do on that big move that Yingshun just fell on.
Yeah, super difficult undercling that you're meant to catch there. Similarly making light work of the beginning of the route, just like Yingshun had done, but he is coming up to the spot where there was fall.
And stuck that move. Up to the final difficulty sections.
Looking very solid in his technique and movement. And he is almost at the top. Nice use of a heel hook there. And then a heel hook around the arete as well.
A good catch after slipping up the dual tuck. Just could not match, but that is an extremely competitive entry into this advanced climbing final, and we'll see how the final climber does. Callan before the day is over. And I think that Riley's dynamic move merits one final fun fact before the day is over. There was actually life before dinosaurs, and namely things like the bizarre sea life of the Cambrian period, the giant bugs in the Carboniferous period, and finally the mammal-like reptiles called the synapsids of the Permian period.
Thank you so much for one more of those dino fun facts, Michael.
Final one, actually, of the day.
He's making these finals just fly by.
Like Callan is going to do up this finals wall.
Flying he will, up this wall.
And Callan was one of the only people to climb the second hardest top rope, which entailed a ton of big, strong, and dynamic moves. So Callan is an exceptional climber, and we'll see how he does as the final contestant on this route.
I'm unfamiliar with his choice, just as I'm unfamiliar as how he will do on this finals route here. I'm sure it will be great, though.
And I climbed with Callan a few weeks ago during the Winona Ice Festival, and it was crazy to see Callan climbing on purpose with one ice pick. So you know he's exceptionally skilled and just as strong as well.
Struggling a little bit on the beginning, unlike the rest of the contestants, but is at a little bit of a height disadvantage compared to the others, in which he makes up for in skill.
So close to sticking that big final move. Such a great job from Callan. It was really cool to see him do that.
I believe that was a dynamic move. However,
I am out of Dino fun facts, unfortunately. But
Might have just ruined the day for all of us.
if you would like to join us back, we will be hosting another climbing event in 1 year from now.
In which neither of us will be commentating.
Thank you all for joining on day 2 of the Mount Mendota climbing competition. We appreciate you watching, and see you later.